Hi, I'm Peter.
And I'm Kemia. Welcome to the backwards edition.
That and this chat.
That and this chat.
You were not. You wanted me to say my name.
Yeah.
Oh, and I can't believe that you just played along and did that. I wanted to see if you were going to conform to the norm that I was presenting to you, or if you were going to rebel.
I don't. I don't. I just do.
I made a line and you just stood in the line.
No, the problem is, what am I supposed to do?
Rebel.
Why?
Because
It's just with you. It's just easier to go along.
Wow.
Because listen,
that's not fun for me.
A rebellion would just create confusion, and then I would spend 20 minutes.
No,
I
would be very impressed.
Why?
I would be impressed. Like, wow, you stood your ground. You did not conform.
I stand my ground for the things I need to stand my ground with.
Well,
but for silly things, no, you can have them.
I just love it. I love that you play along, though. I love that you play along, and yet I would be impressed if you rebelled.
There you go.
I love it.
You can't have both worlds.
I do this to people around me a lot of times. I will just do something. For example, the other day, it was just me and my friend in school, okay? And we are going to the student lounge. And when we're walking out, I was like, let's lock the door. And she was like, what? And I was like, let's just lock it. So I hit the button and I closed the door. If you're inside, you can open it. If you're outside, it's locked now. And she just like went along with it without questioning or without saying, no, don't do that. I just find it funny that I feel like people, they get put in the situation where you're in the moment and you're not really sure what to do. So you just go along with it.
Yeah. And you just do stuff sometimes and I'm like, I don't find the humor.
I know. And I know exactly the moments you're talking about.
And then you're laughing to the point where
I know.
You're about to pee yourself because
you can't keep saying that out loud.
Why not? It's the truth. You laugh to the point where you're like, I gotta stop.
You know what that is? That's called a good-hearted laugh. Okay? How many people can say that? That they laugh so heartily that they are at the point of peeing themselves.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, definitely not something you want to lead with in a conversation, but it is the truth.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yes.
And you know what?
Oh, wait. Hold on.
Oh.
Hold on. Okay.
Ooh.
So I saw a video that I thought it was funny.
Okay.
You're not gonna find it funny, but I don't care. This is my dad joke moment.
Okay.
I need like a little like sound effect with like a dad joke.
We don't have any sound effects.
I know, whatever.
But I like where you're thinking.
So here's my sound effect. Dad joke. All right. So, can you spell socks? Spell it.
Okay. Can you spell
Actually
socks?
spell it. Like, say the letters.
SOCKS.
Yes. So, for those of you out there that have always wanted to say something in Spanish, you just said it is what it is in Spanish. SOCKS. Eso sí que es. No.
Fail. Say it.
I don't care.
No, it's a fail.
It's not a fail.
That is not a direct translation.
SOCKS. SOCKS.
Okay, and that's missing something. That's a fragment.
So
let's say eso sí que es is a sentence saying something that's leaving it hanging.
No,
eso sí que es what?
No, that is the saying in Spanish for it is what it is.
No. What the saying in Spanish would be is lo que es.
That's your translation.
Okay, who can we call I mean, not for right now, but
No.
who are we going to verify this with? Because this is incorrect.
Whatever.
We're going to call your parents after.
That's fine.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry. Okay, here's the funny part where I feel like you and I are so polar opposite of each other, right? Where you were right. I walk through life laughing at my own thoughts, my own imagination, my own scenarios. Okay? And it's hilarious and I'm laughing and nobody else finds it funny. I think people only laugh because I'm laughing, so that makes them laugh, okay? But there's so much
People are laughing
humor.
at the ridiculousness.
Okay, but there's
of
so
your
much
laughter.
humor in my head, right? And yet, anybody, this is not just you, anybody who tells me a joke, I have to concentrate so hard, so intensely to be able to understand the punchline that I'm so tense from the focusing that when the part to laugh comes in, I don't find it funny at all.
Yeah. Well,
So
it's the same
you
thing
would
that
think
happened
that a
with.
person who's laughing all the time would find all jokes funny. No, I can't. It's like I don't get it. They go right over my head and I don't get it.
Well, the problem with the joke is that if you have to explain a joke,
I know it's
no longer funny.
right, but you only have to explain it to me. That's the thing. Everyone else gets it. So it is a funny joke.
Okay, thank you. You just made my point.
I know that's what I'm
So
saying.
you didn't find the SOCKS.
No, that's
funny.
incorrect though. See?
To you, it's incorrect.
Listen. Oh, let's ask Siri.
Siri is dumb. No, I don't want to talk to her.
Okay.
I am upset with her. We are not on speaking terms. I tried to send you a text yesterday.
Oh, I hate
Okay,
when
hold
she
on.
does that.
So let me put this in context.
Working on that.
Do you want to go on non-speaking terms? Because I will put you right there with Siri. Let me tell you something.
God, that's what she
Yesterday-
does to me when I
okay.
try to text.
Yesterday so I worked yesterday. We're in the middle of tree trimming season. Okay. And there is this cold front that is supposed to come, and I'm trying to get ahead because I don't know what this week is going to look like. Right? Whatever. I'm just trying to make sure that I'm in line to be able to do what I need to do for this month. So I go and I'm rushing and I'm doing whatever we need to do yesterday, and I have gloves on that have like rubber, like the part of the palm is all like a rubber kind of material. But if it's warm enough, I can use it to text or send something on my phone. But because the weather had changed, it's starting to get cooler, it wasn't enough.
Oh,
Okay? It wasn't warm enough.
So
So
you
I
did
couldn't
Hey Siri.
text. So I had to do Hey Siri.
okay.
At the same time, it's windy. At the same time, I have a chipper running.
Oh,
the same
she
time-
I can't understand
Yeah.
that.
At the same time, there is a trimmer that is going off and a saw on the other side. And I'm going to
no.
I'm going to read to you
Oh.
the text that I tried to send yesterday. Hold on. Because we text way too much. So, goodness, where is it? Dun, 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 dun.
See, this is where we would have another sound effect when it's just the waiting sound effect.
Yes.
You could play elevator music.
Okay. So we had a guy coming. We had a guy come yesterday to install our security system because we switched over after being with ADT for such a long time because
Yeah.
they wanted to price hike us, and I was like, see you later, bye-bye. Anyways, so there was an issue with one of the security cameras that he was hooking up, and we were trying to figure out that whole part of it. The sentence that I was trying to send you was, did the guy finish? Okay. and I
I
could
remember
not
this
get that to
his
go.
message.
So my entire message is: did guy finish? Forget that sentence. Made the guy finish? Whatever. I think you can understand me, because I just started screaming at Siri, and I was like, "Just send something, okay? Just send whatever, so that I can maybe get an answer back." And you understood me, because I think Siri translated enough for you to
I
be
mean,
able
that
to,
is the text message I received.
yes. But there was like enough there for you to get
Don't
it.
underestimate the powers of my
Oh
brain
no,
to
your
decipher.
brain can decipher for sure. And I was like, I want to take Siri, the phone, and throw it through the chipper, so that it would be torn into a million pieces and never seen again. Oh, I wanted to. It would have made me happy. I think.
Briefly.
Yes, and then I would have thought about
I
the
think
fact
as
that I
it
had
was
to go get
flying
another
in
phone.
the air towards it, you
Yeah,
would be like,
I would
no.
be like, no. Yep. Anyways,
I think that's why in movies where they take the thing, right? Usually it's some sort of machine or phone or computer or something that has been not working and they break it into a million pieces. I think that's why it's such a good scene in a movie. It's so satisfactory. You enjoy it, you're laughing at it because deep down, everybody wants to smash something. In fact, they have those places that you can go and smash things or break things with a bat or throw things and break them. When I think about stuff like that, I think, okay, I can imagine how somebody could find that fun, right? But then I think about myself. Would I enjoy it, right? And maybe I would, maybe. I don't think I would actually, because I'm thinking about everything that it takes to get there. I have to like get dressed to go out. Go, God knows where this place is located. Okay. I'm given a bat and I'm told just go, do break whatever you want to break. I'm going to go hit a couple things very half-heartedly. Okay. Then I'm going to try to hit something really, really hard and I'm probably going to hurt my wrist.
yeah.
And then I'm going to be like, okay, now we have to drive all the way back home.
I think that I would absolutely enjoy it.
And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I would totally enjoy it as well. But I'm just like, I don't think it's like worth it for me.
No, I mean, I think it's a cool idea. I just, how cool must it be like to go and shop for that?
Shop?
Yeah, you got to continue putting in new stuff.
What?
You can't. The stuff can't just be all laying there broken, because then it's no fun. So they have to constantly shop and to refill it with stuff that needs to be broken.
How meaningless is your life though?
Well, I mean,
You're literally
getting
shopping.
paid for it.
I know. You're shopping.
I'm sure that is a lot of like garage sale stuff.
Or maybe just guys, you have things that are like you just want to donate
Get
besides
rid of.
clothes or glass,
Mhm.
right?
No,
Maybe
glass. They have glass in there.
Really?
Oh yeah, they do
You
all kinds of
probably have
stuff.
to sign a waiver.
I'm 100% sure you do. Where did we see that? Was that on Ink Master?
Maybe.
I want to say it was Ink Master that we saw that.
I do know there was one. I want to say that there was one in Amazing Race that they had to go to one stop, and it was a junkyard with like old vintage signs, and they had to. It was something they had to complete, and then they had to look for a clue.
Yeah.
I don't know why I remember that being at night in Vegas. You remember that?
There's so many
And that's
shows.
the only thing I can think of that they would be going out outside. It could have also been like Bachelor, Bachelorette, a date where they went to do something.
one of those things.
It could have been something like that. It definitely was a reality show.
Yeah.
Let's have it. So, anyway, we did skip last week.
We did. We
didn't mean to though.
No,
This was another miss for us. Like I wanted to record. You said we're gonna record, and then the night happened, and it's like, whoa, where'd the day go?
Well, last weekend we moved, Nikki officially.
Last weekend was very significant.
Yeah, it was officially moving Nikki to Orlando. So now both of our kids
are
living
college.
in an apartment in Orlando, going to Full Sail. And
you just gave out so much information.
What are they gonna do?
You just. Oh man.
What information?
Oh my God, that was
Do you know how many apartments there are?
That's very specific, hon. That's very specific.
Okay.
I just thought we were like telecommunicating.
No,
with
I
the
missed that
eyes.
one. Anyways,
like,
so
don't
it's
give
out there.
So much.
It's out there already. And okay. So we became official.
That's actually how we should have opened.
Well, I was trying to, but you took 15 minutes to allow me to get in there.
Where?
To allow me to get to this point.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
So all that was prelude, and here's what we were going to talk about.
Wow.
So we are now officially empty nesters. And we have had the house to ourselves for a week now. And it's kind of weird. I think it'll take a little bit of time to get used to. But at the same time, I think we have lots of amazing plans.
Yeah, and I don't want to take up this entire episode and let it be about, like, what is the whole experience like? But I want to say just a small piece as a mother, right?
Mm-hmm.
On my end, it has been ridiculously hard for me. I have had really, really bad days. Really bad days where I feel overwhelmed with sadness. And it's like right today is a good day. Okay. And I feel like I'm kind of hopeful, like, okay, it's the weekend and I've been feeling really, really good this weekend. And I'm thinking, okay, that means next week is going to be a better week, but I have no idea. There are some times where somebody asks me, how are you feeling? And immediately my eyes are already welling with tears, and it's really difficult to talk about it. And it's interesting because I honestly never did any research to see if there was any, hey, this is how you should prep before becoming an empty nester. I never did that because I didn't think there needed to be any prep, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like life has a natural course, like the sea has like a current, right? Different currents, but like this current is going to go from point A to point B, and it follows its path, right? So it's just the natural progression of things, right? And this is all amazing, is that our kids are independent, they are accomplished, they are pursuing their lives now. Like our life is sort of moving more towards the background in their eyes, right? And it's like their time to shine and spread their wings and do all this stuff. So we were there at one point too.
We were.
And so I'm very excited for all of those things for them. I'm very proud of the adults that they have become and the things they're pursuing, all of this stuff. Like there's all of this good stuff, right? So you don't feel like there needs to be a preparation for that. The same way that I realize now, seeing family members go through this, right, is people who are, and I'm thinking men mostly, maybe women, I'm not sure, but for men, if you have been the sole provider, or maybe even if you haven't, right, retirement can be something that unbalances you because you have had a routine for how many years
right.
have you been working, okay? And you've had a purpose and you have known what you're supposed to do. And of course, the idea of I can stay home all day and all that stuff, yeah, that's great for a little while. And then afterwards, I think a lot of men struggle to, well, what is my purpose now? Am I
Well,
still providing?
that's why they say whenever you retire, make sure that you retire with a hobby, and that hobby then has to sit in that place to be able to give that. So
So interesting. I did the whole looking up like how to transition the empty nester life after, when I'm already raw and sad and
so this week.
right. And I feel like before, what I was looking for was step 1, do this. Step 2, do this, but that's not what I needed right now. What I needed when I looked it up was for just to read another mother's perspective in saying it sucks, it's hard, and I don't know, like your feelings are validated. I don't know if that makes sense, but there was nothing out there like that. Nothing. It was just like the how to's, the 1, 2, 3 step of how you're going to conquer it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that was not helpful at all for me in that moment. So I didn't find what I needed, and that's very interesting seeing that the internet is such a vast ocean for there not to be
I
anything
don't
like
think there
that.
is a book that can put this in.
And yet I feel like there's so many mothers who feel that as well, And then there's an incredible sense of guilt that I felt also in feeling that, right? Because the sadness and the tears and all of that, it feels like you have lost your child. In whatever small capacity I can understand the not having them around, there's a disruption of what my life used to be like. They're not around anymore. All of those things, right? So in a sense, it's a loss, but it is not the same as losing a child permanently, And so I think about those moms who have lost a child, and I feel guilty even speaking about my pain out loud, because you do think in the back of your head, other people have suffered a death. Your child is thriving in college. Does that make sense at
yes,
all?
yeah, because it's different.
Right. But so I feel like that's why there's a need to feel validated, that it's like your feelings, other people get it, other people understand, and you don't need to feel guilty over feeling like that. I don't know. I feel like I'm asking if that makes sense a lot, but it makes sense
Well,
to
you're
me.
still
And
trying. Yeah.
I felt very burdened for other moms who are feeling that, and feeling guilty over the fact that their child moved away, or they're feeling the loneliness, or they're feeling lost in what is my role now. Before, you have been dependent on for at least 18 years. You have been at their beck and call. You have kissed them goodnight. You have served them dinners. Like, there's all of this investment that you have done, and all of a sudden, all of that is gone, and the house is empty, and it is silent, and everything just seems wrong, And so for me, I was just thinking about those moms out there who would be feeling that same thing, and I don't know, my heart went out to them to, like I understand. And even though if maybe other people judge us and say there's nothing for you to feel sad about, I get it. I see your pain. I feel your pain, and it's an adjustment. It's a huge adjustment.
Well, it's a big change.
Right. So then I thought about something else, which is now shifting it into the how I don't know, gifted I feel at this moment. That's the wrong word. But thinking about, if you don't have anything left with your spouse at that moment, this is a very sad moment for you. Because at this point, then, the kids were the only thing that was giving you purpose in life, right? And I think that the general idea is that once the kids are gone, now you're supposed to enjoy just the two of you, right? But if in that time a couple has drifted apart, or the love died many, many years ago, and we were just staying together for the kids. Wow. Like, I don't even understand how a woman could process that, feeling the loss of her children, and now it's like this, the what's missing in your marriage is amplified that much more. So I have no idea how I would do that if you and I were not in the place that we are.
And now we get to talk about the stuff that we want to do as empty nesters.
Yes, and that's the thing is like you and I didn't date hardly at all.
At the beginning we didn't.
We went straight into
but we-
parenthood.
Right, but we started. So it happened the way that it did, right? But now we always anytime anyone says, "Oh my goodness, you were so young to have kids," and all this kind of stuff, we always said, "Oh no, we just decided to do it first and then be able to enjoy the back half." We know people that started having kids in their 30s. Like we're just turned 40 this past year, and we've been, I know Nikki was still living in the house, but she was on her own. Like, it's been, I would say, a good couple years that we've honestly been almost just you and me. With a splash here and there.
Yeah,
but,
I understand what you're saying.
But like now it is officially that, and I've enjoyed. I don't know, like even in just this past week, like we've done things differently. Like when we go to cook dinner, the record player's been in the back and it's been, playing its little song, and we're hopping around in the kitchen and we've cooked together, and we've just, it's like we are enjoying that time together differently than what we were before, and I'm looking forward to just enjoying things. Like today, we went out today. We had to go out today to go do groceries or whatever. And so we went to Walmart, and we were completely done with Walmart after 45 minutes that we were there, because we're just like, we just don't want to do that anymore. We don't want to be a part of that insanity. We want to be able to enjoy the time that we have together. And we were done. We came home, and once we got home and got comfortable, it changed. Everything just like mellowed out. It became more relaxing. Like we've enjoyed the rest of our day. And there's such a stark difference to what it was at the beginning. Like I remember when we first became parents, it was so hectic all the time.
Oh yeah.
Consistently. And the stuff that was happening to us, when it was happening to us and how it was happening to us, was just, like there are stories now that we can go back and tell, stuff that would happen to us that nobody would believe unless, I had a corroborating person there. Like, for example, I was playing with Mike on the bed, and I thought that it would be a good idea for me to bounce him above me while we're, laying in the bed after he had just eaten, and I got a mouthful of presents that was horrible. Like,
say that right. People right now are like, what? What happened? Say it straight.
The boy threw up in my mouth.
In your mouth.
Okay.
Let's take a pause now.
Hold on. And it was just as he was transitioning from formula to milk. And for any parents that are out there, that transition is nasty. Okay? the stuff that comes out from the back side and the stuff that comes out from the front side ain't pretty.
Oh my goodness.
It was nasty.
I hope I laughed. I don't remember laughing.
I do not remember what your reaction was. I don't remember what my reaction was.
I feel like I would have told you. I told you to stop bouncing him.
I honestly think that
You blocked
it
it
was
out.
such a traumatic,
Poor child.
such
and he
a
was
traumatic
trying to say,
experience.
Don't bounce me.
but he was laughing till the moment he threw up, and I think he
Poor
was laughing
thing.
right after too.
Poor thing.
Anyways, but like stuff like that happened to us, like, you know, there's so many like little things, and we did things so different than what our parents did with us, and what a lot of conventional parents did. You know, up to today, we still do things very different, you know, from what other parents did. But like I remember just like the little things that were fun and exciting, and we were learning a lot of new stuff while the kids were growing up, but we didn't get a chance to enjoy, learn, and grow, you and me, in the way that a traditional couple would at the beginning.
Okay, but actually, and of course, I can only speak about my own personal experience. I have no idea what other couples' experiences are like, right? But for me, from the couples I have spoken to, from the things I have heard, right, from other wives and stuff, I don't know that a conventional path would have suited us any better.
I know that it wouldn't have suited us.
I'm hearing, this is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing go on dates. We try, but it's been a long time since we've been on a date. And it's like, but that's not how we did it, you know? Or hey, like life is like really kid-centered. Everything is about the kids. You know, you don't make plans for yourself. You don't make time for yourself because it's about the kids. And I don't know if people would have called us selfish back then for, well, you know, you need to give more to your children. I felt like I gave my kids what they needed. And then there was like, okay, I need something too, you know? And so I don't know. I'm thinking about all the things that I see that have benefited us doing that. Like I feel like our kids from a very young age, they had a very clear understanding that there was mom and dad time. And that's what they called it. And they knew, ooh, I'm interrupting mom and dad time. And that was something we were very, very jealous about.
Yeah, but we needed to implement mom and dad time, because when we would put them to bed, there was a ritual.
Yeah, which every parent knows that ritual.
Yes, but we had a ritual that was on top of the ritual, that was attached to the ritual, that became exhausting.
And every parent knows that ritual. Everyone has something.
We had, our thing was, let's see, we had a secret. We had a good night song.
Like specifically. A good night song that I made up for them.
And then when they got a little bit older.
Well, they had you had to put on their music.
Right, their music.
Their very specific CD that, God forbid, got scratched and did not play that song.
And then later on, we had I need to go to the bathroom.
Well, no, and story time.
Oh, and story
and
time.
And each one of them got to pick their own book. And then there was one book they picked together, so 3 storybooks.
Yes. So we would get started at 3 in the afternoon.
No.
And it would be 4 in the morning when we finished.
Oh my goodness,
water.
Water. Yes.
And these are not in any particular order. It was an extension of them going to bed. And the worst part about it was you could see it in their face that they were absolutely exhausted. They were fighting to keep their eyes open, but it did not matter. You needed to have everything in line, straightforward, like nothing
And we didn't
could
even
be
talk
missed.
about the going to bed. Remember how Nikki needed to watch Elmo's World? That special
Oh no.
VHS, remember?
Yes.
The sing along.
Yes.
And the both of them needed to see the Alvin and the Chipmunks sing along.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So we would have sing-alongs for a good while.
But you know what I'm going to say? Find a routine with your kids because it's important, and I do feel like it helped in them preparing for bed because they knew that when that Alvin and the Chipmunks VHS went in, next was coming Elmo's World, and then it was okay, we're going to go brush our teeth, we're getting our milk, and we're going to go read our story. There was this thing that they could expect that was everything that was going to happen for bedtime, you know? And I feel like in that sense, we were extremely giving. Okay, there were a lot of steps to get them to bed, a lot of time invested into that. So when they would come out of the room and it was like,
I have a secret.
no, we already did secret. See,
But I have
thought
another
ahead. I thought ahead of all of this.
But
and
I
was
have
like,
another
save
secret.
it for tomorrow.
No, but I have another secret.
I also have told people that I locked the door
just
to our
one-
room.
Just one more secret. You remember those?
Yes, and here's
what
the
would
thing.
you do?
People are probably wondering, like, secret. What does that mean? It wasn't a secret. It was
Yeah.
a question.
It was a question.
It was a question, and they would try to think about one. Poor things, sweet things.
No, and
trying
then-
to think
yeah, and
about
then they
something
would
that
say-
would be very long and involved.
Yeah, and they would be like, "I have a secret." Okay, what
Why
what
are
is
trees green?
yeah? What is your what is your secret? And we would sometimes get let me think.
And then when Nikki was able to
Oh
talk,
boy.
she had her own secret. So each one had to have their own secret.
Mm-hmm.
And let me tell you, I just remember this, how regardless of whatever book got picked, right? It could be the most boring book that Nikki picked. Mike was right there next to me. He wanted to hear every single word because that just meant you're getting to stay up a little bit longer, right? So, do you remember how and this was accidental on my part. I always like to get them books that they enjoyed, right? And even though they had a substantial amount of books, there were like these 5 books that we kept rotating around. It was the Blues Clues book that had all of these things you had to find in the picture, right? That was great because it was very involved with where is blue and where is the blanket, and then they were like in a race to find it which would move faster.
On the days that we wanted to move it a little bit faster, we'd be like, "Oh, there it is," and we'd help them pick them out.
Right. Okay. And then there was the How Do Dinosaurs Say Goodnight series. Remember that one? That was really cute. I saved all those books. The books that for them were like these key books, I saved those because it was I know that for them they have memories about those books in childhood. But anyway,
It'll be cool one day because we're gonna be able to then
pull them out and read
pull
them
them
to
out
the grandkids.
To the grandkids.
Yep.
Be like, your dad or your mom used to sit.
I just wish there was a way to get that Elmo's World sing along and the one for Alvin and the Chipmunks, but they only have those on VHS.
Yeah. I wonder if we can even find them.
I mean, I found them on VHS.
Like to buy them new or to buy them again?
Yeah, but then you have to. How do you even convert that into a DVD?
Get them. I will find a way. I think that would be
so amazing.
Yeah. It would be really, really cool.
Yeah.
It'd be cool to have that. So.
Why were we talking about that though?
We were just talking about how different it was for us at the beginning to how we are now in this phase where, like we were talking about, like
we're so young.
We are.
And I remember what you were saying, but it's like we have all this time now for us to just be
Yeah.
and live and do whatever, you know? Not that we didn't have that opportunity before, but it is different when you have kids because there's kind of like you want to do stuff as a family, right? So you save the doing stuff by yourself for when it's convenient for it to be by yourself.
Yes. And now that we're older, right, in relation to when we were younger, we now have money to be able to go out.
That's
Because,
true.
listen, I don't know if we told this story before,
I
but
feel like we have.
when we first started having kids, we were babies. So we were babies having babies. Okay.
From such children come other children.
Yes. Okay. And there was like literally no money coming in. It was like minimum wage. Like that's how a lot of people start. It's a normal thing. But one of the things that we did was we always wanted to do more and better for our kids and stuff that we wanted them to have or whatever. And I don't know that I could say technically that I'm proud about it, but I'm going to go with proud
Okay.
because we would go and buy the kids a new toy and the kids would use it until we needed to buy diapers again. And then we would clean it up.
Told the story.
We have. We would clean it up, put it back in the box, walk into the Kmart down there in where we lived in Marathon, and we were like, "Yeah, we just want to return this. We're gonna get some diapers."
Right at the window.
Yeah, always right within the window.
Some
And
years later, we went back to Kmart, and their entire return policy had been revamped.
And I think it was because of us.
It was because of us.
Yeah. But
I
whatever.
think that's happened in many places.
Listen, we did
I
did what we had
who
to
did
do.
I talk to recently that told me that they would never return anything? I just talked to someone who said I'd never return something. I would rather. Oh, my sister Sue. We were talking about something that she had bought or something, and I was like, just go return it. She was like, I would never. And I know I have spoken to other people who tell me they would rather die than go return something. And it's like, okay, well, thank you for being the person who doesn't return, because then if too many people thought the way that I do, then there would be no return policy anywhere, you know? I feel like you just have to be. Someone told me in school, someone looked over at me and said, "Wow, you are absolutely evil." Okay? And I told her, "Listen, you know how your mama told you, use what the Lord gave you? And you know what context mothers say that to their daughters, okay?" And she was like, "Yes." Because she's like, where am I going with this, right? And I said, "I'm using what the Lord gave me. I am very good at outsmarting and outwitting
And
people
outlasting.
around me.
Except on Survivor.
If someone can get away with doing that, you deserve it." That's how I see it. Probably that makes me evil. We have had this
Something like that.
conversation. I don't know that we have ever had this conversation on the chat, but as a family, we have talked about the fact that I think that we are a family of villains.
Yes. Oh no, we did. I think we did talk about it on the chat.
I know we talked about it as
I
a family,
think-
that we were like, we are definitely not heroes.
I think you asked if we were if I would be a villain
Oh,
or a hero.
I think that's true.
I think we did discuss that just a little bit. But I agree with you.
And that's definitely not something I say out loud, even
But-
though I'm saying it out loud here.
Whatever. People, this is what it is. This is who we are.
No, it's just, I feel like the things that we say, I think other people think them, but I don't think most people say those things out loud. I I ask things of people in school that other people are like, oh, how could you ask that question? And it's like, why not? Like, what's wrong with asking that question? They're like, there's nothing wrong, but like, how could you? And it's like, because I'm curious. I want to know.
Did we share our first evil villain thing that we did
No, 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 no,
together?
no, no. I make a distinction. I'm a villain, but I'm not evil. I told this to Nikki.
Okay.
I was
Explain.
like,
Hold on. Explain that then.
no, because look, someone
We
can
are
be a
we are
villain.
anti-heroes.
Yeah.
We'll go with that. I
Okay.
like that better. We are anti-heroes. We run in the circles with Deadpool.
Yes. Oh man. Okay.
Anyways, I don't know. Did we share that?
I don't know what.
I think we did.
I don't know what you're saying.
Our first anti-hero situation
Which was
with the Elise and oh yeah, we did. We apologized to Carlos.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, that should have been a red flag for us.
Yeah. We started, man, we're bad. We started off right off the bat with some
Yeah.
22 years.
Mm-hmm. And the realization is now.
High five. Because that's impressive. Wow, I'm impressed at how impressive we are. No joke. Listen,
Oh my
22
God. You know what I'm thinking about right now?
What?
All the people that I wish you hadn't said anything about our chat are listening to our chat. And then the next time that we see people and they give us the eyebrow, you know they heard this episode.
Well, if I get the eyebrow, I'm going to
Also,
give them a response, and my response is going to be very simple. Be like, if you haven't met us as anti-heroes, then you are one of the few lucky ones that we like. And just leave it at that.
Ooh, I like it. It's very dark.
Dun, dun, dun. Anyways.
I do think many times somebody in my school is going to find the chat. I do think about that. And I'm like, please don't find the chat. Please don't get it recommended. Oh, look. And they're going to be like, hey, what? Oh, no.
Why not?
I'm not prepared.
Why not?
I'm not
I
prepared.
could just imagine.
God bless. They were going to think of a lunatic.
Yeah, you are a lunatic.
The thing is that I've tried to keep myself
hold on.
caged.
They don't need the chat to know that you're a lunatic
Well,
because
I think they're starting to see.
Of course they're starting to
see. And then they're
the
like,
stuff that you have told me.
You were so quiet in the first class. And I was like, I was observing.
The stuff that you have done already.
Oh my
that
God.
you have told me about.
It's too easy.
It is too easy.
It's like a playground with them.
Well, enjoy it.
Oh, I am enjoying.
You're like,
the
I'm on the
heck
swing.
Out of it.
You're like, I'm on the swing and I'm kicking my feet.
I am enjoying the heck out of it.
Nothing wrong with that.
Not at all.
Anyways, more stories to come.
We should have had like some cup to like clink for our to life L'chaim for empty nesters.
Cling.
No, that was
Clink.
terrible. That was terrible.
Well,
but I mean,
wait,
hopefully we are going to stay consistent with our. What are you doing?
We go ready?
Oh God, that's terrible.
That was
you cracked that cup there.
I did not crack the cup. I had to use a stapler and a coffee cup.
On our next episode, we're going to talk about theories about the time and space continuum.
That is going to be a traveling nightmare.
Ooh, time traveler. Yes. I have some things I want to talk about, but we're out of town for today.
Okay, so we'll pin it.
We'll pin it.
and that
How
will
many
be.
pins do we have?
We have a few out there. But I think we've done a pretty good job.
I don't even remember
of
them.
wrapping.
I wish someone had kept count and they'd be like, these are all the pins that you have that you never talked
We
about.
are 30-something episodes in, and if they're lost, just pick up where we're at and just keep going forward.
Yeah.
Yeah, none of our episodes necessarily need to be in order.
Just the one that we did.
Just the one where we had to do
Our
part
story.
1 and part 2.
Yeah, our part 1 and 2. Yep.
So, and we're coming up on our anniversary here soon.
When is that actually?
I always forget. You remind me the day before, and then I go and I buy you a cheap card and flowers from the backyard.
We had a miss right here now.
Why?
Because you were talking about our actual anniversary. I'm talking about our recording anniversary.
Oh.
And
when is our recording?
that's what I thought we were talking about.
Wait, hold on. Is that this episode?
I think so.
Hold on.
Hold your horses, people.
Hold your horses.
How will you be able to tell?
I'm going to find
All right, I'm going to turn on the elevator music.
No, you got to keep talking. Keep talking. Say something. Say something worthy.
You're worthy. Wow, cheap flowers and I'm gonna be expecting all of these things.
Hold on. Here we go. Ready? Oh, episode list.
Everyone knows when our anniversary is because we said it last year. I'm just looking forward to spring break because we're going to St. Augustine.
What is tomorrow's date?
The 14th.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are 1 year old.
Wow. And we did not even start. Like, the fact that we realized that it's the 1 year anniversary at the end of the episode instead of leading with that just tells you what a mess we are.
What are we? We're a year old?
A year old.
What the heck?
Wow. Remember when this was a pandemic, like, thought for you? And I was like, sure. Oh, by the way, this year, cameras are happening.
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first.
I'm taking offers.
For what?
Buy me.
Buy you what?
No, buy me.
I can't give you more than what I'm giving you.
Buy me, and that way I can agree.
You get everything. You're spoiled.
Not yet.
I don't know what else to give you.
I have stuff.
I guess this will be a conversation off the chat.
Aside conversation.
What have I gotten myself into? Ladies and gentlemen.
If we get cameras, that means that you agreed to my request.
I don't know.
Okay, well, we will.
Okay, so 1 year later.
1 year anniversary.
We are still here.
So wait, was it on the 14th?
It was on
our
the
first
16th.
episode? And wait, when is Tuesday?
Is it the?
No, it can't be. No, it would be impossible because it's a year later.
14, 15. It'll be 15. Exactly a year.
Wow.
Exactly a year.
Now you know what to call it.
Now I know what to call it.
Oh, and don't call it happy birthday because they'll think it's our birthday.
Yes. But I am going to put in the description. It goes, discover that it's been 1 year since we've been doing this.
Discover it along with us.
In the middle of the chat.
All right. Well, for anybody who's still listening to the this and that chat, give yourself a round of applause. Let's give them an applause for sticking it with us and still listening to our craziness.
Yes. So we'll be back next week with more craziness as we start year 2. Come back, y'all, and bring a friend. Tell somebody. Come listen to this insanity. Goodbye now.
Till next time.
Till next time. Bye.